Hey everyone, you're watching Andy's Fishing and Wild Cook, and today we're in the Australian bush doing an overnight solo survival mission. I'm following a ridge. My car is about 2 or 3 kilometers behind me somewhere. There's no tracks, and my first mission is to find a river course, a source of water, and I also use them to navigate. We're going to try and catch a fish for dinner and something for breakfast as well. I love being out here in the middle of nowhere on my own with not a soul. I don't know how far. Yeah, 10, 20, 30 kilometers. It's great. Woo-hoo. I think I might have chosen the path unwisely. I'm kind of on the edge of a ravine at the moment. The two biggest dangers out here are, number one, in my opinion, snake bite. I always see some snakes. And number two is either slipping over or tripping, whether it's loose gravel like the cliff down behind me here, or doing a river crossing with slippery rocks, which is very dangerous. Very hard to give you guys a perspective on what this terrain looks like. 10 meters that way, it drops down at about 30 degrees. Right in front of me, it drops down at probably 40 degrees. And on this side here, it drops down probably only 30 degrees. But we're right on top of the ridge. And we're going to start heading down now. Woo! Ooh, that's getting steep. There's a bit wrong with 30 degrees. Probably more like 45. Here we have a hibiscus tree. I'm going to take some of these leaves because when you cook them up, they're quite citrusy and really quite nice. Almost like a sort of spinach. Oh, here's a cool find. Check this out. It's like a mushroomy toadstool thing. To me, it actually looks like an egg sitting on an egg cup. Wow! Look at this. It's popped out of this little cocoony thing. It's about to open up. I don't know what this is, so I am definitely not going to eat it. But that's cool. There's actually there's another one just here. There we go. There's two. Yeah. It's definitely a type of mushroom. Yeah. Doesn't smell bad, but that doesn't always mean they're good. So we'll just leave that here. Don't know what it is. I wish I could describe the smell to you. Imagine a pine forest, but it smells of like light eucalypt flavours. There's distinct sweet smell of flowers. It possibly could be a beehive somewhere. And then also you get hints of grasses as well. When the sun's out, the grasses, they tend to make aromatic smells. So yeah, it's quite an experience just walking by yourself on a ridge top in the middle of nowhere. If you're watching this video and you're wondering how did I get some of those really cool shots that seem impossible by myself, check out the link in the description. This video was filmed about 80% on Insta360 One X2 and Insta360 One R. Very cool cameras, and they might be replacing some of my GoPros, I think. I found this little creek here, but it actually seems like it's flowing the wrong way. I think it should be flowing that way, but it's flowing this way. So we'll follow it for a little while and see if it ends up where I want to go. Very strange. Here Here we are. The river's actually got a little bit bigger. It's still not the river I'm going for, but I've already seen some little fish, little spangled perch I believe they are. So we'll keep following it down. We're on the right track. And yeah, sooner or later this river here will join the big river, and that's where we're going. And this looks like the spot where the little side creek meets the main creek. That's cool, we made it to the main creek. Yep, that's it there. That's the big creek, and this is where they join up. The reason I wasn't worried about which creek I go down is because this is one big valley and they all end up in the same big river. Just got to watch that if you start right at the top of the valley. But this is cool. So when I go back later on, if I go that way, I'll get lost. If I go this way, I'll get home, back to the car. We made it to the river. Woohoo! I always use maps to find my way around. Have a good look at the map before I head off, and then get a little screenshot on my phone. You can tell this is a big river because, yeah, you can see how wide it is behind me. It's not flowing as hard as I thought it might. We've had a fair bit of rain. It's actually blowing 30 knots out on the water. That's why I'm not doing an overnight island trip or something like that. But don't worry, as soon as I can, I will. So it's taken me 5 hours to get here. There was 2 hours of driving and 3 hours of hiking so far. But have a look. It's pretty much worth it. Woo! What a cool spot. I'm going to find a camping spot pretty soon, and then I'll dump my gear and grab the fishing rod and catch dinner. I'm hoping to catch dinner and breakfast. Hopefully today, maybe tonight. So yeah, that's the challenge. Other than the long walk and the high heat, but yeah, it's been quite a good hike so far. Oh, I got a bit of a roadblock here. Entry. Quite often I don't show you the hard bits because they're just, yeah, too hard to film. There we go. Okay, we're a little bit away from the water here, and I've found something I can eat. This stuff is called gochi cola, and it's very high in, I think, iron and a bunch of minerals. Quite bitter. That actually has a little bit of sweetness to it. I think the bigger leaves are a bit more bitter than the rest. And what I do is I munch on this sort of stuff as I'm hiking, because I never know when I'm going to find more food, and yeah, this stuff is actually quite good for you. So never pass up an opportunity. Do a bit of grazing and foraging on the way. The further down this river I go, the weedier it looks. I wasn't expecting this at all. It should still be safe to drink out of. It's still flowing. Okay guys, I found camp. Oh, this looks spectacular. Oh, have a look at this. I'll turn you around. We've got nice open trees. I put my hammock in here somewhere. And then that water is looking beautiful. What a cool spot. Doesn't look very fishy. There might be some eels in there for later on. But what we'll do is we'll set up camp, dump the gear here, and then head downstream and catch some dinner. Got my own little rock table to hang out on, right next to the water here. And there's not that much weed, it's flowing nicely. This is a really special little spot. This is the spot. Oh, it is quite warm, and I need a swim. This might look a bit odd, but I'm going to try and keep my shoes dry. Oh, that temperature is really nice too. It's a little cool. Oh, that's so good. Got my pants wet a little bit, but that doesn't matter. I'll dry pretty quick. Oh, it's so good to stop walking and have a swim. There we are. Camp set up. I'm not going to put the fly on properly because it might be hot tonight and it doesn't look like rain, so we'll just leave the fly hanging up there but not totally covering everything. I'm actually not a big fan of drinking plain water, but I will drink creek water. Now what I like to do is I've got a little bit of Gatorade. That always is nice to have, and it gives me that little bit of mineral boost that I sweat out. I sweat a lot of salt and some other minerals out. So yeah, this will replenish me. Because my guesstimate is I've probably still got another 3, maybe 4 kilometres before I get into some really good fishing country. And that means quite a bit more sweating. So I'm going to leave my camp set up. At least my pack is much lighter now. And I can cover a few kilometres to get to some nice water holes. It's now 2 in the afternoon, and I don't know if I said this before, but I didn't bring very much food. I brought some nuts and some trail mix, but no protein, no huge amounts of anything. I got a few ingredients there, which hopefully will work quite well, but I do need to catch my dinner. The river's very small at this point here. Look how tiny it is. It's getting a bit narrow. Oh no. Oh, there we go, on the ground. Oh. This is cool. I'm just walking along and there's a nice fish. He's just cruising around the shallows. It's only a single one in a fairly shallow pool. But yeah, that might almost do me there. Look at him. Doesn't know I'm here. If I can rig up before he disappears. I can still see him. I'm going to try and rig up whilst keeping an eye on him, which I think might be a bit of a challenge. He's yeah, just right over there. Going on the other side there. So I might lose him. But that's pretty cool. I wouldn't have even expected to find a fish in something this shallow. It's actually taken me quite a while to rig this up, and I've got no idea where that fish went. So yeah, I'll have to find him again. Because I had a bird's nest in this reel from my last jungle hike, I didn't have any leader on, so I had to retie all that. And that fish is long gone, so we'll get the sneaking Polaroids on and yeah, see if we can find out where he is. So let's have a sneak around the back of this waterhole. I don't think we'll see him again. Oh, I just spooked him. He was right here and he went up into that bit of timber on the other side. I can have a cast, but he's definitely spooked. He went into here, somewhere in that timber, and I don't think there's any chance he'll come out. Here's a nice looking waterhole. Got a big log in front of it. I think there should be something in here. I'm standing on this big tree root and I saw a flash through the root there. So what I'm going to do is go around this side and sneak up. Hopefully they can't see me because the water's rushing down here. And have a cast where I think I saw that fish. Right there. Come on. Oh no, nothing. Let's try out here in the faster water. Oh yes, yes, yes. Oh, he's got it. Got him, yes. Woohoo! Sooty grunter. Let's hope he's big enough. Oh, he's only hooked in the top of the head. He's in the tree. Oh, I'm gonna get him in. Come on in, come on. Oh, dropped him. Oh, he's just here. Oh, I've got him, but he's still in the water. This is, yeah. Normally I wouldn't do this, but this is my dinner. Oh, and he's got his gills flared right up into that tree. Oh. Okay, we've got him. Oh. Let's get him right up here and have a look how big he is. They need to be 28 centimeters. Ow, spiked me. That is 26. Oh, he is legal. And yeah, look at this. The hook actually went into his eye. Have a look at that. See that white bit? Yeah, his eye is damaged. So he's just legal. That my hand measurement is 26 centimeters. And that's another 2.5 there. So he's 28.5. Oh, we'll keep him. We'll fish on a little bit more. But yeah, letting him go with one busted eye is probably not the best thing in the world. So yeah, good. We've got dinner. Oh, I feel so good about that. To kill him, I'm just going to brain spike him right behind the eye. There we go. That's got him. You can tell you've got them in the right spot when they flinch and their fins move. Like I said, normally I wouldn't like grab him from underneath a log after he's fallen off, but this is my dinner tonight. And yeah, he did have, like, his eye did get messed up. So I'm quite happy about eating him. And yeah, we'll go downstream a little further and see what else we can catch. But that is cool. Perfect size, just legal, enough for one person. Now, where did I leave my rod? I just threw it into the bushes here. Because when that fish fell off, I was like, oh no, my dinner's going. How gnarly are these big tree roots? This is actually a tree root off a live tree. I'm walking on it here. These are dead in the water. And that's the tree there. Oh, covering most of the river. Look at that. It's pretty cool, isn't it? Anyway, let's go to the next hole. And the whole time I'm walking along the river here, I'm looking down, trying to see through the grass so I can see what's on the ground. Yeah, you don't want to be going through right that stuff there. Check out this little water dragon. Two of his friends just jumped in the water, but this guy decided to jump on a branch and let me film him. There he is. Cool little guy. Hey? Quite often find them around, yeah, water courses. That's why they're called a water dragon. Okay, see if we can get right in there for you. Ooh, hello. I think is he threatening? Or is he just not sure what I'm doing? That's some sort of signal, the way he's, oh, there you go. He's signalling. I don't understand, buddy. What does that mean? Oh, you want me to go through? Okay. Oh, what's his, oh, that's his breathing there. Look at this. You can see his breath. That's cool. Alright, you waved me through, so I'll keep fishing on. I'll leave you there, buddy. Okay, we've got another big log with the current running past it. What do you think the chances of there's a fish there? I'm going to say about 60%. It looks quite shallow. Let's go downstream a little bit and cast up. There we go. Let's see. Oh, maybe not quite close enough. No, I'll do it again. Yeah, I think it's a little too shallow, this one. Oh, perfect, right next to the log. If there's one there, he'll come out for that. No, yeah, too shallow, I think. Nice little spot here. Give it a shot. There's not a lot of fish in this river. You usually got to do a few miles, and this might look like a nice little water hole. In 3 months' time, oh, there's a fish, there's a fish. Oh, I got him. I was going to say, in 3 months' time, this will be almost empty. Oh, where was he hiding? Oh, there he goes. Fell off. Hey, off you go, buddy. Wow, he must have been hiding right at the bottom of this waterfall. Here's me thinking, like, the big bit over here. And that's the lure I'm using. It's a little Seville, I believe. Nice and, yeah, sort of naturally flashy looking. Yeah, a lot of fish in here are, yeah, chrome coloured. I'm actually hoping I can find a spot where I can set an underwater camera up to film the fish eating my lure. And I just need to find the right spot. This stuff here is, yeah, it's not quite right. So we'll keep walking. Did I mention there's really spiky trees here? Have a look at this guy here. Those spikes are about 1 inch long. Have a look at this. Really nasty. And every time I walk past it, they grab hold of me. See? Oh, got me there. So we try and avoid those. This looks like another prime spot. Let's try it. Not sure I should be fishing into the current though. I should be going the other way, I think. No, nothing there. There's a nice little spot. I've actually got the underwater camera filming, so we might be able to capture a capture. Oh, turtle, 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 turtle. Oh, oh, I think the underwater camera might have got that one. Tell you what, the turtles here are very aggressive. Very, very aggressive. Okay, oh, this might be the last spot of the day. I've got the underwater camera sitting there, and it's about 5 o'clock in the afternoon, so let's hope we get something. Nothing in the middle there. Try right up against the left side. Right, okay, let's try this corner here. That looks very good. Oh, got a hit and on. Yes, we got one. Oh, I dropped him. As soon as that hit the water, he was on. And he didn't fight, he didn't hook himself. Try it again. Oh, I'm gonna have to head back to camp before it gets dark. I've done about 3 kilometers now. It's well after 5 now. I've got a bit over an hour of proper daylight left. So 3 kilometers, I should make it back with some light to spare. I'm gonna, yeah, fairly hightail it. So far today, I've traveled about 10 kilometers. A lot of it's been rock hopping. And yeah, I've actually gone the wrong way a few times, so I've had to backtrack up and down gorges at least 3 times now. So actually, maybe I've done more than 10 kilometers today. Can you hear the red-tailed black cockatoos? They're all up in the trees over here. We're not far from camp, so we might be able to hear them in camp. Should be cool. Oh, I'm ready to take this pack off, get rid of my shoes and jump in the water for a quick swim. Oh, it's been a long day. think I just twisted my knee on one of those creek crossings back there. It's yeah, aching quite a bit. Which reminds me, one of you guys asked a question, and yeah, I'll answer that tonight when we've got the fire going. Basically, what are my worst injuries on these trips? Oh, I always like to look at the positive side of things, but there have been a few little things that, yeah, you don't really want to happen out here. I've been walking away from the river and I don't know, maybe I've missed camp. I'd hate to go back again. Oh man. It's got to be here somewhere. It's kind of opening up. This should be it. Otherwise, I have to go back 300 or 400. Oh, here we go. Oh, here's camp. Oh, I've never felt so happy to see camp before. There it is, just as I left it. Oh, that feels so good. I can stop now. It's time to get the shoes off and have a swim. It's 20 to 6, so I made it back in good time. I think walking away from the river meant less yeah, trees and rocks and stuff. So, but yeah, almost missed camp. If I had been out that way another 100 meters, I would have missed it, and I wouldn't know where I was. So yeah, I got lucky on that one. Oh, it's cool but nice. Woo! Oh, so good. Oh, the current's actually dragging me down a little bit. Oh. I think we've got just enough time to prepare the fish, make a fire, and eat before it's completely dark. I'm glad I got this guy early on, because if I didn't get one, I'd still be fishing now. Anyway, I'll show you how I'm going to prepare him. We'll do it right on our little rock ledge. I can actually still hear the yeah, the black cockatoos are over that way somewhere. So let's cut him open. Oh, lots of poo coming out. I'll just wash him. Oh, I dropped him. Dropped my fish. Come here. Not quite going to plan. So I want to cut through there. There we go. All the way through. First I'm going to remove the guts just to make it easier to work with. And we're not going to throw these away. We're going to keep these. Because I'm hoping that we might be able to catch an eel tonight. And that way I can have breakfast in the morning. As I said, I really did not bring much food at all. The guts out. Keep that. Just give them a wash. I like to wash as I go. Get rid of that swim bladder. And then the idea is I'm going to cut down one side of his spine right through the ribs all the way up. There we go. And then do the same on the other side. Then take it all the way down the back and up. There we go. Do it on the other side as well. But what I've basically done is I've butterflied the fish. Now I didn't do a good job on here, so I'm going to leave the whole thing intact like that and cook it exactly like it is. Leave the scales on Get rid of that. And yeah, butterflied sooty grunter on the campfire. Now for those of you that have watched plenty of my shows, you know that I generally just don't leave it at that. In here I've got flour, chili, paprika, turmeric, cumin, salt, pepper, and maybe 1 or 2 other spices. And what we're going to do is just coat the fish all over with this. Now you can use whatever spices you want. They're literally just what I had lying around at home. The fire's roaring. I've got a dry pair of pants on. I actually bring a spare shirt and a pair of pants when I'm not doing overnighters now. I feel so good after coming out of that water, having a nice little wash and clean, fresh, dry clothes. It's great. I actually had this thought last time I went bush, and one of the fans, one of you guys, actually suggested as well. So I thought, why not? I'll give it a shot and see how it works. Just got a little bit of water here. I'm going to try the leaves that we picked. These things here. So I'm just going to get that water right up to the boil and steam them. That won't take long at all actually. It's already sizzling a bit. There we go. Get the lid on that. So while I wait for the fire to go down, I'll tell you the injuries that I've had over the years doing this. I think the most painful and longest one was when I slipped over on a rock and broke a rib. I actually fished for like 6 hours and then walked out. Didn't catch a fish, didn't even make an episode, and I had broken my rib. Now, the next most painful thing, like that rib, it took months and months and months to heal. After about, I think 4 months, I thought, oh, I'm good now, everything's fine. I went and did another hike, and my foot actually broke through some timber, and I refractured, like cracked it again. So that rib, it was painful for about 8 or 9 months. If you can avoid it, don't crack any ribs. That's probably the most painful and long-term one. I've put hooks into my fingers. One that I can really well remember, it was a little barramundi. I actually had to pull it out with pliers. It almost made me faint, the pain and yeah. Other than that, lots of, scratches, pokes, cuts, falling over, bruises on the hands, stubbing of the fingers. Maybe a few, what do you call them? Spider bites. I've come this close to stepping on a red belly black snake, and this close to stepping on a red belly black snake. I've probably missed a whole bunch of others, like by a meter or something like that, but yeah, one was literally this far, so that could have ended very badly. Anyway, I think they're my most memorable, my worst injuries doing this, so it's not too bad. Obviously cuts on the feet, oyster cuts, sticks in the face, that happens quite a bit, but it all heals. And yeah, I can definitely hear those black cockatoos over that way. Anyway, that was a bit of sharing with you guys. If you ask something and it seems like a really interesting thing and other people want to know about it, I'll let you know. And that'll do. That wasn't very long at all, and we'll try them out. These are the hibiscus leaves that I picked earlier, and they've got like a citrusy tang. It's hard to describe that. Very hard. It almost tastes a little bit like tea with citrus in it. The fibres are still a little bit prickly. Maybe a younger leaf is better. But totally edible. Tasting a little citrusy, I'm thinking they're quite high in vitamin C. So, as I do on all of these hikes, I look for food that I can eat along the way, and I'm trying to learn more as I go. Hibiscus is actually quite good. I actually totally forgot. I've got a potato. I wrapped this at home. I better throw it on now. But yeah, we'll eat this later, I think. The fish is almost ready, but I totally forgot I had a potato with me.
So let's have a look at that fish. Doesn't look too bad. I was wondering whether I should have put the flour on there or not. So I've eaten a little bit of this fish because, well, the camera died again. I'm still using the GoPro Hero 9 at this stage on my head. Yeah, I don't know what the hell's wrong with it. So anyway, I've tried it. It's not too bad. The flour probably wasn't necessary. It would have been better with a bit more spices. It's definitely cooked. Like, it's coming off the bone nicely there. But yeah, the flour definitely did not enhance that fish at all. Have a look at this bit here. It looks really quite nice there. The flavour's gone right in, and yeah, kind of melted into the meat. Getting cumin, a little bit of chilli. It's actually not too bad at all. Like one of my other recipes where I cut the fish in the middle and stuffed it, the carpet bag mango jack. I'll keep working on this. You'll probably see this evolve over yeah, probably 3 or 4 episodes until I'm really happy with it. Definitely not using flour next time. It's definitely edible, tastes quite nice, but it's not like, yeah, restaurant wow sort of great. Nice hit of cumin there. I actually brought a lemon as well, so just to make it a little bit nicer and add a little bit of moisture. I'm going to squeeze some lemon all over that fish. The fish isn't terrible at all, but it definitely could use some improvement. And every now and then I am getting quite a really strong hit of chili, and that cumin's definitely coming through as well. I'm going to keep eating this, and then yeah, I think we'll set some lines for eels. And those black cockatoos haven't gone to sleep yet either. They're still screaming around up there. I can't leave the head torch on very long, but there was an eel just over there. Where is he now? Oh, that could be him there. Hang on, let's see. No, that's not him. Yeah, he was over that way a little bit. So we'll definitely set up the eel line. So this is as simple as it gets. It's basically just a hook on a bit of 60-pound monofilament. Bait it up with, let's see, I reckon we use a bit of liver. There we go. There's a nice bit of liver there. As I said, this will be my breakfast. Make sure it's on there all the way. That's it. So we're just going to drop it in here, not very far. Literally like 1.5 meters. We'll do a couple of wraps around here and then take this back to camp, which is 2 meters this way. And what we might do is we'll put that on top, so when that takes off, this will make a hell of a racket. I just changed the bait, and where's he gone? There was an eel hanging around here just a second ago. Oh, he's gone again. They're only small eels, but he was here just a second ago. Well guys, it's time for bed. It's probably just after 9 o'clock. That eel, yeah, he didn't come back or anything, so yeah, maybe we'll have one in the morning, probably not. It's very quiet here. There's a few crickets, maybe the odd frog, and then just the water bubbling. It's, yeah, very peaceful. Oh, the cicadas were here earlier, but they've stopped now. So, and you can't imagine how comfortable a hammock can be when you've been walking around all day, sitting and standing on rocks. Anyway, that's it for me today. I'll see you guys in the morning, and we'll see what
adventures await us then. Good morning, everyone. The birds have been carrying on for at least half an hour now. Don't think the sun's quite up yet. Let's have a look outside. It was a pretty cool night actually. I've had to put on my shirt as well as the sleeping bag. So my guess is about, I don't know, 18, 19 degrees Celsius, which is actually quite nice. Let's have a look outside. Oh, actually the first thing we'll do is we'll see if we got an eel. Where's that line? There's the line. And the hook is empty. Oh, I rebaited last night with guts because the liver didn't last long at all, but yeah, that didn't work either. So we've got no breakfast really. Might make a cup of tea. My knee is actually quite sore. I can feel it's like quite warm, which means it's a little bit infected. The other knee's not nearly as warm. We'll see. Maybe go for a little bit of a fish on the way home. There was a couple of spots I deliberately skipped yesterday. So the birds I can hear are definitely the black cockatoos over that way. There was some, oh, that's boiled. There was some sulphur crested or white cockatoos over this way. A heap of lorikeets, little rainbow parrots, they flew through earlier as well. And just a lot of little chirping, maybe honey-eater type birds as well. Just a bit of apple and cinnamon tea. Nice flavour this one. But yeah, my knee is actually really quite sore. Oh. So I'm here all around here. A bit on the other side as well. So yeah, it's going to be, well, normally it'd be a 3 to 4 hour walk out, so we'll see how it goes. I shouldn't make any wrong turns, but I think the knee's definitely going to slow me down. And when I was talking about the injuries yesterday, I don't consider this an injury, it's just a, yeah, I don't know, just a little bit of soreness. So this is really the only backup food I brought, is a few nuts and trail mix. You don't really need more to survive, and in quite a lot of my videos I show you setting up camp, packing up camp. I'm not going to show you packing up camp today. I don't want to bore my regular viewers with the same thing over and over and over. So what we'll do is we'll head off and maybe have a little bit of a fish, but I'm going to try and make my way out pretty quickly with my knee, because if my knee gets any worse I could get in a bit of trouble. Okay, there we are. Camp's all packed up. I think what we'll do is, other than try and get out of here safely, is see how far up this river we can try and catch fish. Just make sure I've left nothing behind. No, nothing. It's all clean. Okay. Oh, there goes my knee. Oh. Yeah, it's going to be a slow road. But yeah, I've got the same lure on as yesterday. And we'll hit a few of these holes up here. The reason I camped back there was because I figured from there down I catch fish. I wasn't sure about this section here, so it's always worth exploring on the way out, because we've got to go this way anyway, so we may as well have a fish. So first spot is only 100 metres from camp. Now that got me. Let's have a go in here. It actually looks quite nice. Got palm trees, big rock, nice water flow, a little bit of weed, not too much.
Oh, and that could be a fish right there. Let's see if we can catch him. It's in front of him. He's seen it. Got him, yes. Oh, right next to camp. Oh, let's get him in. First cast of the morning. Come on in, fish. Come on in. There you go. Oh, look at that. Alright, above camp there are fish. Let's see how much further we can get fish. He's actually, yeah, I'm going to say he's probably just under legal size. That's alright. I don't really want to eat one right now. I want to get walking and get out of here. But that's cool. First cast of the morning. Hey, off you go, little buddy. Try not to splash me too much. And there he goes. Oh, off he goes. Very nice. And he was literally just cruising along the edge here. I'd say there's one fish per one of these holes. Now we'll have a couple more casts before we move on, because that's what I do. That's actually where I wanted to cast first cast before I saw that fish swimming along. So yeah, it looks like that was the only fish in here. Let's move on to the next hole. But that's very cool. First cast of the morning. Nice little fish. Woohoo! It's a pretty little river. If this was in the southern states, oops, almost fell over there, I'd be fly fishing for trout all through these little runs here. But there's no trout here. Oh, these rocks are all quite loose. Whee, there I go. Yeah, this would hold a trout normally in a trout stream. Ooh, there's a nice big pool up there. Let's go and check that out. Sore knee, slippery rocks. Not the best combination. Or the next water hole, you can see quite a bit of weed at the back here. But in the middle, it looks like it could be quite open. No, not that cast. Do a couple more. But if I don't get anything, I won't show you. This here's a massive water hole. It goes, I don't know, maybe 100 meters that way and 30 meters that way. Lots of weed in it. Might be able to catch a fish. But yeah, I think the fish are going to be all tucked up in the weed and hard to get the lure in front of. Oh, a little one just came out. He's about that big. A little guy just came and tried to eat it. River's getting quite a bit smaller here. I'm having trouble walking along the edge of it. I'm having to go into the bush to make more progress. Oh, got a little tiny tacker. This is a spangled perch. Hey? These guys don't get very big, maybe maximum twice that size. So I'll let you go, buddy. Hey, off you go. See ya. He's good. Well, it looks really nice and yeah, quite pretty. It looks like the river's just going to keep going shallow for a long time. So I've been fishing for about an hour, hour and a half, and it's time to get out of here. That was another cool trip. I'm not looking forward to the hike up and down the mountains with the bung knee. I've got a few valleys and hills to cross. Just heard some kookaburras. There's always something interesting going on when I'm in here. There was also some crows this morning. And, yeah. Anyway, it's been a good trip, and I'll see you on the next one. Thanks for watching, everyone. Please subscribe and click the notification bell so you get notified of my new videos. I do them every week. I'd also like to say a big thank you to my Patreon supporters and people who've donated through PayPal. If you want to see more right now, click the links above. Catch you next time.